So this is when I realized that. So this is when I realized that I wasn't thinking the same damn as most people. I was probably like 16 or 17, and I was talking to one of my cousins, and I don't think we was talking. So this is when I realized that I wasn't thinking the same as most people. I was like 16 or 17, and I was with one of my cousins, and we were going over some of our music. We both were trying to be artists by the time we were even 14, 15, right? And I was showing him one of my songs, and my lyrics said, I compare myself against myself. Y'all small competitors, I call that Santa's elf. And he was like, yo, that shit's hard. And then we just got to talking, and he was like, you said I compare myself against myself. What does that mean? And I was like, I mean, for me, bro, like, I don't spend a lot of time in my life trying to be like other people. And I look at it like this, where it's like, if I'm looking at somebody else and what they've done and how they've accomplished, and I'm comparing myself to them, that means I want to be like them. But I don't want to be like them. I want to be like the best version of me. And so I don't compare what I'm doing to what other people are doing, because I'm not trying to be other people. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. And again, we were 16 or 17, and he looked at me and he was like, yo, that's crazy. That's dope. That's a dope concept. I compare myself against myself. And he was like, because other niggas can't even measure up to me or what I want. And I was just like, thinking about it, and I was like, I mean, that's not what I was saying. Like, I wasn't saying I don't think other people could measure up. I'm saying, though, for me, I'm setting certain life goals and aspirations. So for me to compare myself to somebody who doesn't even have the same goals and aspirations as me seems kind of counterintuitive. Like, I'd be doing myself a disservice comparing myself to somebody who doesn't even want to be at the same pinnacle and peak that I do. And now that I'm getting older, I'm realizing that a lot of people are in competition with other people and in competition with the people around them. And I'm like, oh, so this is the reason why he told me, like, yo, that's dope. Like, you thought of that yourself? And I'm like, nigga, what you mean? It's a lyric that it's written in my notebook. It's written in my notebook. Why would I write somebody else's idea in my notebook and my lyrics? Like, taking notes, cool, one thing. In my lyric book, nigga, I said that. I compare myself against myself. Y'all small competitors, I call you Santa's elves. You feel me? Because like Santa's elves are also make believe. They don't exist. Santa is not real, so his elves aren't real. So me comparing myself to somebody else just didn't seem real to me, because I don't know what your end goal is and what it is that you want. And I also don't know where your starting point was, and I don't know what things you've had to learn and incorporate along the way. So me comparing myself to you just leaves me asking a bunch of questions and wondering what the fuck is the actuality. If I compare myself to the past version of myself, I know exactly who, what, when, where they were thinking. So I can look at what I'm thinking now and look at what I was thinking then and actually have a good basis of comparison. If I'm just comparing my life to the life of those I observe, I don't know shit. And that's how I thought about this shit since I was 16 or 17. I don't want to be you. I don't want to be like you, because I know what I'm interested in and I know what I'm capable of and I know when I'm slacking off. I don't know when you're slacking off. So if me comparing myself to your peak and your pinnacle is competition, I might be comparing myself to your least effort. I might be comparing myself to your littlest amount of a try. And if I'm starting to doubt what I'm aiming for because your half-assedness doesn't amount to what I've produced, I'm now comparing myself to somebody's trash. Fuck that, nigga. I'm going to compare myself to what is the best of my capabilities. And once I find out the best of my capabilities, I'm trying to exceed that. Because you might not even be able to reach my medium capacity. You might not even be able to reach my halfway capacity. So why the fuck am I comparing myself to you? Your end goal might not be the same end goal. So why am I comparing myself to you? That's my biggest question with being an adult and being in my 30s now, and knowing that a lot of people work on the dynamic and basis of comparison and looking at where someone around their same age and their same like education level is at, and then they compare where they are and start to feel good or bad about themselves by basing it off of someone else's life. Can't be me, bro. Because I know what makes me happy and I know what I like. So just because this person has ascertained to things that I want in my life does not mean that I want to be like them. I still want my life to make me happy. And being like you might make me unhappy. You might be severely unhappy. And even though you're unhappy, you've been reaching pinnacles in your life that you've marked off. I don't fucking want that. The main thing I want out of my life is to enjoy the things that I do and to be proud of the man that I am. If I start doing things that me personally doesn't even respect or like or reciprocate in other people, like if I take the actions that other people are taking and I don't like those people for taking them actions, I'm not going to like myself. So just because I'm able to be okay and whatever the fuck, Nick, no, man. I have to like myself. I have to like the actions and the work that I'm taking and putting in and the outcomes. I don't want to be a part.